So I did what I said I wasn't going to do, and that's eat at Burger King again. Oh, going to have a lot of noise today. Yeah, so I went to Burger King. I'm just finishing my frozen coffee. Told you these are pretty good. Doesn't really taste like coffee, and a little too sweet for me, but I still like it because it's good. It's frozen. It's really good. But it's always something. Always something. So I go to Burger King, and there are not too many people in there, which is refreshing because usually the line is so ridiculously long, and it's unbelievable. They'll have one person at the register, and they go so unbelievably slow. It's not all their fault because the people that are ordering like don't know what they want, and so they're not communicating well, and they don't speak English, hardly anyone anyway. So, but I give my order, and then the girl, I see them taking the food, and I know I'm up, and the girl says 51, and I remember looking at my ticket. So, well, I'm going to show you. Here's my ticket. What's that say? It says 5. But you can see a little bit of the 1 there, way on and you can see that little stub. So the 1 is white, and it's way on the edge, and so that's 51. So, I got this in my pocket. And I know it said 5, and I'm looking at her. And I said, is that the double quarter pounder? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, it's got to be mine. So I get it, and I'm like, I thought it was number 5. And she's just kind of smiling at me like I'm some kind of nut. But really, okay. So then I bring it back here, and it's a couple doors down. It's raining out, so I got wet. I open it up, and it's just like raw. So then I brought it back to them, and I took a bite out of it. Hopefully I don't get sick. So I took it. So anyway, I bring it back, and I show it to the woman, and she's looking at it. She's like, and she starts talking in Spanish to me, saying that there's something wrong with the cooker. It's not the people. It's the machine. And I'm like, whatever. Just give me just cook it this time, So, yeah. So then I got another one. It was borderline, but I ate it anyway. So here's my second one, 55. You can see that one. Not this one. That's 51. Yeah, my fault. Right. Okay, so lots to talk about in the news today. Starbucks adds dirty needle disposal boxes to bathrooms. So what's happening at Starbucks is that they allow anyone in there to urinate or whatever they need to do, and sit there, and even if they're not ordering or anything. So people are being very disgusted by the whole situation, and the people are going into the bathrooms and shooting up with needles and urinating all over the place, and and a couple of the employees that got stuck with needles, and they're very worried about getting stuck with needles, so they're putting disposable boxes, needle disposal boxes. So if you have any dirty needles, or you want to shoot up or something like that, you can head over to Starbucks and use their facilities, and shoot up, and they have a disposable box for your needles. It's great. Take advantage of that. I remember this one client of mine, Haiti guy, and he comes into my office, and he had a new case. I get along great with the Haitis. They love me. One of them just picked up her check. She's very happy. And so, yeah, he comes into my office, and we have a new case. The next day, he comes into my office again, and he just walks in and goes over to get some water. And but then he just walks out. He doesn't even say anything. Like, Okay. So the next day he comes in, and I was like, oh, hi, how you doing again? I figured maybe the first time he had to run out, and that's why he couldn't talk to me. So he comes back into my office again and says, yeah, can I use your bathroom? So I said, yeah, go ahead. So he uses the bathroom, and he stops on the way back, on the way out, gets a cup of water, and then he starts to go out again. I was like, whoa, hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing? He says to me, oh, I'm just getting water. I was like, yeah, I know, but you're not talking about your case or anything like that, about business. You're just getting water, and then you did that yesterday, and you're doing it again, and use my bathroom. He says, oh, the water is free. I said, no, it's not free. I have to pay for it. It's free to you because you're not paying for it, but it's not free. I'm paying for it. So he says, oh, I have all the cups in my car. I'm like, what does that mean? He says, oh, well, I have Burger King and McDonald's and KFC. I have all the cups. I want a free refill. I just go and get a free refill. So I guess that's what he was doing with me, getting a free refill. But he was getting a new cup every time he came in to see me, too. But anyway, I want to go over BK, and that's what happened to me. I went over there to get a cup. I actually went over there and got a frozen coffee the other day. And then I went back in, and they were out of the big cups. I like the big plastic cup because it's big and holds a lot. And it's plastic. It doesn't degrade. And the girl says, oh, we're out of the big cups. I said, oh, I got a cup in my car. She says, oh, well, just go get it and fill up. So I did. Okay. Elizabeth Warren says doctors and nurses don't treat black women the same way as other women. So why would she say that? I mean, the left is for the doctors. They always side with the doctors and the nurses. Nurses too. They love the nurses and the doctors. Even like at the VA when they don't even help the people. The people are dying and they don't care. They still back the doctors. But here, Elizabeth Warren says doctors and nurses don't treat black women the same as other women. So she's dissing the doctors for the black vote. That's unbelievable. So now the doctors are racists. Talked about that a couple shows ago. How everyone is a racist. Now the doctors are racist. Doctors are racists. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's going to get good. I'm telling you, the primary, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be absolutely cutthroat, beautiful. Can't wait. Cory Booker says his 2020 running mate will be a woman. And a lot of the other male candidates are doing the same thing. That's sexist. And a lot of the Democrats Party is saying that these men who are doing this are sexist and demeaning against women. And that if they really meant it, if they really meant for a woman to be at the high power, that they should drop out. Oh, it's beautiful. I love what's going on. So that's going to be great to watch. Sexist. Racist. Uh-oh, that's turning on again. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Progressive Democrats critical of Biden's bid. So our Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her progressive Democrats are being critical of Joe Biden. Isn't that wonderful? It's just wonderful. Sorry, Joe. Joe's, they're going to be on him. It's going to be wonderful. Trump says, welcome to the race, Sleepy Joe. That's offensive. Trump's being offensive. Sleepy people's lives matter. Can't say that. Trump is shaming sleepy people. Can't shame sleepy people. Oh, no, wait a minute. Sleepy people are not a protected class. Too bad for the sleepy people. Hey, I'm going to show you something that I made. Forgot all about this. Hey, let me tell you something. Someone told me that, what I'm doing is, to them, this person said to me, is really amazing and difficult. And how do I go about doing that? I started thinking about it. And actually going live with a news commentary, political type show is something that you don't see every day. I don't know if there's another one out there. I mean, when you watch the news, Tucker Carlson or CNN and all those guys, that's all pre-recorded, studios, commercial breaks, TV prompters. They get all this stuff going. I just got my PC here and some articles I looked at. But anyway, after the Florida hurricane, don't remember exactly how many years ago that was, I made some shirts. I felt like making some shirts, so I made some shirts. And so I'm going to show it to you. This is the front. This front and back. Let me show you the front first. And it's, Florida Lives Matter. And then it says here, it's really funny. Go ahead and read it there. Full coverage, question mark, network cover up, network cover up. Is Irma watching you? Has I, Cat 4, alien control. It's very funny. And then over here, join DFHTSSSS today. Disaster relief delays, FEMA response question, housing prices surge, title surge, stock market surge, surge, Sergio Garcia, Surgeon General says. Actually very funny. People love these shirts. I gave them out to people, and they were a big hit. Actually, I was wearing this shirt once, and someone came into my office, and it was I don't know what the hell she was doing here, but it wasn't a client. It was just some snowflake. And then she says to me, she's looking at my shirt, and she's like, what's that? What's it? And so I said, oh, go ahead, read it. And so she's reading it. And, I can see that she's reading this part, join DHS today. And I looked at her, I'm like, hey, you want to join? And she's like, yeah, I'll join. It's like, oh, we're going to have a meeting next week, big meeting. Yeah, okay, yeah. How stupid people are. I mean, really, it's unbelievable. Join DHS, SSS, TSSSS. I mean, she read it. How can you not know that this is a joke? And so in the back, it says, Irma or FEMA. Irma or FEMA, it's a choice. The Weather Channel is sexist. Gender neutral storm names now. Gender neutral storm names now. Yeah, this is so serious. Oh my God. Forced evacuation, government control. And I was going to say donate now, but just to be funny, just to be even more ridiculously, obviously stupid and fake, I wrote down donut now. But that doesn't seem to affect people. They just still want to donate money. Add more stupidity here. I mean, come on. But they're beautiful shirts. Long sleeve. If anybody wants one, there's no more. This is the last one, so too bad. Okay. More Joe Biden. Joe Biden endorsed by Michael Avenatti. Yeah, great, Joe. You've got the creepy porn lawyer vote. So all the creepy porn lawyers will be voting for Joe Biden. So I don't know how many that is. Might be a pretty big voting block. Who knows? Trump He's in the action too. But, oh, here, no, this is good here. Biden says, I'm not making this up. I asked President Obama not to endorse me. Come on, man. Sleepy Joe, man. Lying Joe, man. Come on. We all know what happened. He said, come on, Obama, hook me up. And Obama said, Joe, man, you ain't black. So, sorry for Joe. It's going to be great. The whole primary, it's just going to be beautiful. Isn't life wonderful? I mean, it gives you something to look forward to sometimes, you know? Just when you thought, oh, and then here comes Trump, and then now this primary with all these whacked out snowflakes, it's going to be just wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, Baltimore. Baltimore, again, controlled by Democrats, total shithole. Juicy's case. Kim Fox, crazy as a fox, okay? Her chief ethics officer and integrity unit director resign. So that's kind of expected. The people are bailing out. They know how corrupt she is. So even as leftist as her support staff are, they're like, this is just too much. It's too much to bear. So they're out. Cook County judge. This is again with crazy as a fox. Cook County judge slams Kim Fox's office on double standard. This is the judge's words here. Well, Ms. Clark, there's this other person who did the same thing. Someone filed a fake police report. And so the judge says that Ms. Clark, that's this new person who has charges against her, says, Ms. Clark is not a movie star. She doesn't have a high-priced lawyer, although her lawyer is very good. But this smells big time. Your office, that's talking about Fox and the prosecutors, created this mess, and your explanation is unsatisfactory to the court. So Joe Juicy Smollett causes this huge problem, this huge investigation, costs millions of dollars of investigative resources, causes dissension and hatred in the community. He walks free. This other girl, a small, not a big deal, and she's getting prosecuted. And the judge is saying, no, we have to if we're going to let that criminal go, well, we got to let them all go, basically. Baltimore. Oh, here we go, Baltimore again. Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh says she's not lucid enough. She says she's not in good enough health to resign. Oh, this is a good one here. Let me read some of this. 69-year-old Pugh sold $500,000 worth of her self-published, the name of it, Health Holy book, to the University of Maryland, who is a state employer. So they paid her, they paid for 100,000 copies of her book, but some 50,000 copies remain unaccounted for, and they were never even printed. She also made another $300,000 in bulk sales to other customers, including health carriers that did business with the city of Baltimore. So this woman is the acting mayor, and so she makes a book and sells it basically to the state and makes $900,000. And half of the books weren't even printed. That's beautiful. Good for her. But not so good for her right now, because here's the FBI and IRS officials raiding her house. Na 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 na. Hey, bye bye. Okay. So too bad for her, though. Hillary Clinton warns the Democrats about impeachment push. Says she was the target of the Russian plot. Look at that. Isn't she? Well, she's something, all right. Oh, what a face. Imagine if she was our president. She was that close. Oof, just think about that. Anyway, no, she wasn't the target. She's a traitor. She was the traitor. They were all traitors. Obama, Hillary, and Joe Biden also. Throw him in. Remember, he was the VP when all this fake Russia stuff went on, and probably he knew. I'm not going to say it, but he knew. Traitor. They're all traitors. Here's an article. Obama should have prevented Russian meddling. Traitor. Of course, we all know that. I'm not going to bother reading it. We all know that Obama was a traitor. And Rashid Tlaib's removal from committees urged by Zionist Organization of America. Of course, she's a racist and anti-American, and she should be removed. So, yeah. All right, it's time to put my hat on. Make sure we get it straight. Can never get it straight. There we go. To the right, tilt it that way. Good. Okay. So Trump announced that he's withdrawing from the UN trade agreement. I'm sure he's doing the right thing. We can start with that premise and then work from there. So he gave a speech regarding that. He said, under my administration, we will never surrender American sovereignty to anyone. We will never allow foreign bureaucrats to trample on our Second Amendment freedom. And that is why my administration will never ratify the UN trade treaty. Strong words from a strong president. You are so lucky. Border Patrol Union Chief blasts Congress over migrant caravans. What are you doing about it? Well, they're doing nothing. So that's a hell of a question. But definitely Border Patrol Union Chief should speak out. He's the expert. The ones on the line. The ones that see what's really going on. You should call out Congress. And it's not just the Democrats, the Republicans too. They're both not doing their job. Because if all the Republicans were, it would have been taken care of a long time ago. But they don't want to. They're worried about the votes. They don't want to offend anyone. They don't care about offending normal people. They don't care about that. They don't care about destroying America, protecting Americans, offending Americans, whatever. They don't care about. They don't want to offend anyone. They don't want to be called a racist. Racist. So they do nothing. So now the Border Patrol Union Chief is blasting them. Should that blast? That's offensive. I said blast. That's an offensive word. That's what's so great about Trump. He's not Republican all the time. He's certainly not Democrat all the time. He's not always conservative all the time, though he's generally conservative. But he just does the right thing. And it doesn't matter what the issue might be. It could be border security, economic, social, whatever. He just does the right thing. They're so lucky. Massachusetts judge and court officer indicted. This is over the ICE deal. They were not cooperating with ICE officials, a judge, and got caught in Massachusetts. So, a Massachusetts judge and court officer accused of helping an illegal immigrant flee an immigration and customs enforcement agent waiting to take him into custody were indicted Thursday by a federal grand jury for obstruction of justice and 3 other counts. Excellent. Maybe there will be some justice in this world sometimes. Love to see things like that. Nice stories. Happy stories. Hopefully there'll be a great ending to that, and that judge goes to jail for a long time. Beto O'Rourke calls out Obama and Trump, of course, regarding immigration practices. I love it. This is beautiful. The Dems, the infighting. I tell you, it's going to be great. You got Beto O'Rourke calling out Obama. So sorry, Obama. Well, Beto's not going to get Obama to back him anyway. He knows that because Beto isn't black. So yeah, why not? Why not just start throwing things wherever it sticks, see what happens? Might as well. It's great. It's going to be wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right, let's see what wonderful things we have here. Model Elizabeth Pipko doubles down on efforts to encourage Jews to leave the Democratic Party with Exodus movement. Very nice. Here's a picture. It's very nice. So Pipko made headlines earlier this year when she faced backlash for announcing her support for President Trump. And she co-founded Jexodus is the name of it. Sort of like Exodus, but Jexodus. It's okay. Another picture of her. Love pictures. Pictures are great. She's very nice looking. So she's doubling down on her efforts to encourage Jews to leave the Democrats in favor of politicians who align with their core beliefs. So that's great. I mean, more and more people who have certain core beliefs, people that believe in hard work, maybe not killing babies, things like that. People in these groups are trying to now encourage other members of the groups who generally maybe, that's her way on the end there, that maybe historically might have voted for Trump, like blacks, to see the light, to see that that they're not doing anything for them. They're actually suppressing them. I mean, look at all the places run by the Democrats. Look at like Baltimore. It's a shithole. And someone gets shot there every day. It's over. Yeah, it's more than, I don't mean shot, I mean murdered, dead. It's like over 365 people a year are murdered there, and nothing is done for them. So that's a big group, big block of people, the black people. They should drop out of the Democratic Party for sure. Not Democratic, the Democrat Party. They're not Democratic at all. Let me get that right. Sorry, didn't want to offend any Republican out there. Republicans are way more Democratic than the Democrat Party. Democrat Party is anything but Democratic. A Republican running against Maxine Waters says Maxine is the one who should be impeached. There's the girl. Beautiful. Yeah. Or maybe not. Omar. No, his name's Omar. I don't know who that woman is. Okay, sorry about that. Correction. But yeah, it's beautiful. Now we have a fight back. Now we're saying, now Maxine is the one who said, what is it? Impeach 45. Impeach 45. The day that he won the presidency. Impeach 45. She's been saying that right from the beginning. Of course, we all know it was all fake. And even though it's fake, she continues to say it. And So Omar Navarro, you got my vote, brother. I'm going to have to visit California and go to different polling areas and vote multiple times for this guy. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, she should be impeached. That's beautiful. Love it. It's getting good. America can be really a lot of fun sometimes. Trump accuses Dems of blocking relief aid to Hurricane Michael victims. President Trump on Wednesday said Democrats have largely given up on the Southeast and are deliberately stalling relief efforts for farmers and other residents who were affected by Hurricane Michael in October. So, so sorry for you down there that the Dems are blocking you or trying to block you, and so happy for you that you have a president on your side that's trying to help the farmers and other residents of Hurricane Michael who were devastated by that hurricane. You're so lucky. Wealth hitting all-time highs, unemployment rate reaching all-time lows under President Trump. Business report. Stock market added 9 trillion. Everyone's pensions and retirements are up. Employment's low. Blah, 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 blah. We all know it's just so awesome. I can't even really, it's too much awesomeness to even talk about. He said at the beginning, remember he used to say, Trump would go, "You're going to get sick of winning." It's almost like that sometimes. You almost, well, with the economy, clearly, okay? With other things, there's so much fight against him, so much lying going on that not everything has been accomplished yet, but we're on track. We're on track. He's okay. Florida measure banning sanctuary cities moves along after clearing its first hurdle. So Florida, the state of Florida, is making a law that makes it illegal for other cities in Florida to become sanctuary cities. So the federal government can't stop them. The state of Florida is going to stop the cities by making a law that says you can't do that. You can't become a sanctuary city. It's illegal under Florida law. So that's brilliant. That's just every now and then someone has a great idea, Time is it? 9:44. It's Friday night. We got to get this done. A couple more things that get here. So I'm going to read this article here. And I'm going to read it to you the way it's written. And then I'm going to read it a different way. I'm just going to kind of change the tone, the narrative, should you think it that way. Yeah, the narrative. Okay. So first, the way it's written. When Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee decided to hold a hearing on white nationalism, Republicans immediately set out to derail it. Following their long-standing pattern of inviting disputable witnesses to testify before Congress, Republicans invited Black conservative pundit Candace Owens and Mort Klein, head of the Zionist Organization of America, to downplay the threat of white nationalism. Okay. Well, it kind of sounds bad, I mean, the whole kind of tone of it all, it sounds like this is really but let me reread it to you in my words and see how this sounds to you. It's basically the same thing, but just with a different tone, different wording. Democrats decided to hold a hearing on fake racist white people. Republicans finally went and put an end to this fake, divisive claim, and had a respected black woman and a Jewish leader testify. Who better to testify? The truth is coming out. Let the healing begin. Two different ways to expel the facts. But basically, that's what happened. So let's get back to the first one. Republicans immediately set out to derail. No, they didn't. They just called a couple of witnesses, inviting a pattern of disreputable witnesses. Well, are these witnesses disreputable? You're saying a pattern? What pattern? You haven't showed me any pattern. They invited a black conservative pundit, Candace Owens. Well, we're talking about racism against black people, and is it so bad to have a black person testify? No, it's not. And Morton Klein, head of the Zionist Organization of America, to downplay the threat. No, he's the leader of the Jewish community, and we're talking about white nationalism. So that's, against blacks and Jews. So we had a respected black woman and a leader of the Jewish community testify. So, yeah, when you read something, understand. Well, the first thing is like who's writing it, and then you can start to pick apart their bias, prejudice, hatred, lies, deceit. So Democrats held a hearing on the fake racist white people. You're a racist. No, not racist. And Candace Owens and a black woman explained exactly how. And that woman's wonderful. Did you ever listen to her? I played one of her clips on my show, and but if you listen, I've gone and watched other clips by her. She does the same thing I do. She does like this video. I never knew about it. I just found out yesterday, and she has these videos. They're not lengthy like mine. She doesn't go through all the news, and it's only like 5-minute little spits. But yeah, so I listened to her, and it's incredible. I mean, not her tone. I mean, obviously she's a very intelligent, beautiful black woman, and but it's like I'm listening to myself. It's incredible. She just it's like I'm listening to myself. It's amazing. You should listen to her sometimes. If you get tired of me, want to hear kind of the same thing but from someone else, you can go and listen to her. Yeah. So here's a picture of her, and yeah. So I'm making a prediction right now. Candace Owens, 2024. She's got my support anyway. She's brilliant. Not saying I'm brilliant, but maybe, I don't know. So I think I had enough for tonight. Maybe I'll do a quick show tomorrow. I want to do a show on all the Democrat candidates that are running for president. So maybe I can get to do that tomorrow if I can find the time. That will hopefully be my next show anyway. So y'all have a good weekend and be safe.